back, everybody, to the Warlord of SBAS plays Torment, Ties of Numenera, episode 89. Last time we finished some side questing. We said goodbye to Ren and got Iridis back on our team. Sad Ren left. And we're doing side mission for Tiber to learn more about his story, which is actually pretty interesting. So now we have to go talk to Drakon, or whatever his name is, because he's up to no good. He's kind of being a dick. I'm just saying. Super Saiyan.
Yes.
Yes. Let us adventure. Run.
Of course.
Look how the mages are faster than the warriors. Oh, jeez. That's kind of sad, you know. And again, it could be based on their speed stats, so. Oh, that means that. Oh, that also reminds me. Now that Ren's gone, I'm gonna have a harder time grabbing stuff. Alright. Let us. Talkie. Truck again. Dragon's voice is less patient. You return again. Sorry, this time you bear what you promise. He sits there, unless you do not. This time, mere mortal is not the same scale allotted to a cast-off friend. I urge you to speed your search. Tiber, you said you had something to discuss with Drakon?
Making a note.
I want to talk to you about what you did to Bleh. Your worthless piece of what I did, Tiber. Tiber? Really? Drakon looks to you. Did Tiber not tell you how he and I came to be acquainted? Then let me. He goes his arms. Tiber was a mercenary for sale to the highest bidder. He came to the Blue Mint to serve as a lackey to whomever would pay him the most in coin, drink, or flesh. An employer approached him about retrieving an artifact from a guarded vault. He took the job. Let him continue. Your gallant friend helped pacify the guards, and he watched as the compatriots slaughtered the hopeless men. It was then that they revealed the vault was mine. Wisely, Tiber quit the job and threw himself on a merchant, naming all his compatriots. I just took justice on them and gave their children a lifetime of nightmares. But from Tiber, I asked only a year of his service, or his mind-link ring, and a favor to be named. He gave me the ring and fled. I did not pursue him. I am a man of my word. When his lover came seeking answers about the ring, he found that me instead. Blah agreed to serve in my employ for a year, in exchange for the truth of Tiber's whereabouts. I made him my toy. He did not work that Tiber would shrink at. In some he did work that Tiber would shrink at. In some of the darkness, most dangerous paths in the bloom. In all this time, Tiber never returned. Tiber knew that he sacrificed when he gave me the ring. He knew that blood would come, but he gave up the ring without a second thought. At any time, he might have come to me to request its return. He never did. In so doing, he only condemned his lover to his fate in the bloom. Tiber. He swelled hard, shaking his head not in recognition but in shock. He does interrupt. I didn't know he would come. Not for certain. As for you, Tiber, the favor to be named later is this. I want you to recall the many ways you could have saved Blah, to think of how he might have died, to reflect on the depth of his devotion to you, and shallowness of yours to him. This is the kind of man you travel with, Cast-Off. Know his true character. Best of luck to you, both of you. He waves his hand, dismissing you. An easy favor, perhaps, but the boy blood more than compensated. That is sad.
I ruined him. I'm the one killed Alvi.
Alfie.
Not that fool at the shrine.
Tears streaked down his cheeks, unheeded. Here's the truth about what separated us. I was afraid to lose him. So I broke his heart, cheated on him, and used my ring to make sure he knew. And I didn't. And it didn't work. He still loved me, and he didn't understand why. I was pushing him away. So I waited until he was away on a simple supply run, and turned our mercenaries on the village AV had sworn to protect. He chuckles through his tears. That did it. One look at the soldiers shoving children into the streets, and AV bashed me in the jaw and said we were done. He covers his face with his hands. You were afraid to lose him, so you pushed him away. I loved him, he says, gripping his hand with bloodless fingers. More than I love myself, and I felt him die dozens of times in the endless battle. I want him out of my head, understand? I want him gone, so that when death took him for the last time, I wouldn't feel it. He sighs as I saw the regular thing. Still, I wish I'd run after him like I wanted, but I was scared, and I ran to the bloom instead. And then I gave up the ring to save it myself from Dracon's revenge. He continues his hands shaking. Of course I did. And to convince myself AV wouldn't suffer because of it. But he did. He says, clawing the tears from his eyes. I know he was here, and I was afraid to face him. And not look what my beautiful honest lad came to my absence, trying to save me. I made him like me. I'm sick of the lies. It's my fault, and that's the plain truth. You're right. He died when you could have saved him. What now? It's the truth. I don't know, he says quietly. There's no saving him now, and I either live with that or I don't. He straightens adjusts the clothing and gives you a weary smile. Sometimes you feel like a day would end when you've borne too much, but it doesn't, and you have to keep going, don't you? Tabber takes a deep breath. Give me some time to myself, will you? I've had enough of talk for now. Being honest. All right. That's about 5 seconds. Yes, son? Let's talk about you. Is that right? He says, distracting. That's great, lad. Look like someone's troubling you. What's the matter? Huh, Cyrus says, blinking. Oh, well, you caught me. I was thinking about him. Yvonne, some people just want to stay in paths where they belong. Rob's an eye with his heel of his hand. The two of us had a fine time while it lasted. The more I pick out and pluck through the memories, the more I'm thinking it would be nice to see him again, even if he's scowling. Howard says, man had a beautiful scowl. Well, you know he's dead, so I don't know why this questioning is here. Think he's doing in the bloom? Who could say? Deborah says, looking away. Why does anyone end up there? She says, because they've made mistakes, that's why. Why is he looking for me? Why after all this time? I'd rather focus on the happier times, lad, he says. Avion and I made great stories together. Those are the ones that keep me smiling at night. Talk about Avion. From not too lad. Alright. Talk about something else. About you some more. Alright, you're not going to talk about it. What are you holding up? Finally, I just hope you won't regret our friendship when the time comes to part ways. About the bloom. Well, I lived here for some time, though not recently. The bloom's no place for pleasure. Now that you ask your question, I'll do my best. What do you know about Blue? He's a spawning parasite, Tiber says cheerfully. He deals in despair, and he has a lot of loyal customers. Can't stand the man. Bruska. Bruska's alright for a paid neckbreaker. You know where you are with her. At least does her job, cares for her people, keeps her words. He snorts. That's more than I could say for a lot of the honest commanders I've seen. What do you know about the Memvora? Not much, and I like it that way, he says, grimacing. No, if you don't want to know what happens to people who cross her, just listen to her further screaming. What do you think about the bloom? If I'm not being charitable, Tiberius looks around. Everything's got the right of a chance to live. But this beast hates the people living in it. He shivers. That's your fortune to be made in here if you know what you're doing. He shakes his head. But only the hardest operators last long down here. And the bloom never misses a meal. Tell me about that little Nylish. Huh, mutiny, she says. Life isn't easy for them. But the stories I have from my parties in Nylish would peel your ears off. He shrugs. But they're not all shameless. He knew this, more the pity. I was once mugged by a man with 3 arms. Eyes, while his kneecaps kept an eye on the alley. Okay. Alright, cool.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So that did quite a bit of side quests. Turning right with him. Need the amulet. Using navigation cortex to analyze the helmet. Preservation of beauty. Alright. I know a couple of those. So let's go back to the Maw we opened and continue in that area. Now that we did a whole bunch of side quests and got everyone up to speed. Getting my companions to like me more, which is always good.
Why not?
It's always nice to be nice to your friends. Life is weird like that.
Coming.
Because friendship is magic. Blech. Running, running, running.
Go.
Maw. We're gonna have to fight the bloom because I'm pissing it off.
Yes.
Every time I cut open a maw. I'm back.
Of course.
Hey, I brought your friends back. Do you care? Blah 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 again. Alright. You're not gonna tell me anything new. Exploring the area. Lesser. Something over there. Person with a name. We'll talk to you soon. Another path. Control panel I could touch. Person I could talk to. Isn't this the one I saved? Just want to make sure. Where is it? Yep.
Look out below! Above! Sideways!
Well, that's the thing I definitely have to figure out how to get to. So we want to go over here first, I think. Always go for the place you're not supposed to be first.
Ready.
Doors made of some unfamiliar shiny metal. It's been polished to a mirror-like sheen. The main strip of another dull metal has strange runic scripts scrawled across the surface. It looks like an instruction regarding the door. On trying the door, you discover that the message must be the door is stuck, or something equivalent. You might be able to force the door open but it won't be easy. Force the door open? Well, I'm terrible at that. How about the guys who are actually strong? Both are terrible. You're so useless. Guess I'm doing it. Just can't do shit. Yeah, you never know until you try. Nope. Alright. Leave the door alone for now. Maybe we can help things by pushing buttons on.
Yes. Now.
Hey, you're gonna talk to me. Cool. This lasser examined the contents of an open hatch in the console before him. Brew contorted occasionally. He takes a tiny component from a tidy pile, sighs and plunges it into the machine's unseen innards. Waits for a hopeful moment and mutters that it must be likely a curse. He spots you and gives you the Rolfog and unsuccessful repairman everywhere. Hello, is good to. He chews his lips, not thinking. Good to come? He watches your expression carefully, then sighs and touches his forehead, then his hips. And he shakes his head. Speak slow, please. I hear. I try. What are you doing? He points at your mouth and then nods. I fix. He snorts. Try fix. Catches chuckles to himself again. Not fix. What are these controls for? He plants on one hand on the set of controls. Is give information on stars. He drops his hand on the other set. Is listen to the stars, for voices, for home. He stands straight. When ship comes, ship speaks. He waves a hand in motion you recognize as say, this isn't really what I mean, but I can't remember his words, the words gesture. I hear first. Tell all. Me. He smacks his chest with an open hand, grinning. He pauses and hands slipping from his chest and indicates a small section of controls he hadn't touched before. Is for cortex maintenance, he says dismissively. Apparently his job doesn't cover the area of the anchorage. What's wrong with this stuck door over there? He follows his gaze and shakes his head. It's broken in. He makes a complicated gear-like motion with both hands before giving it up. And everywhere. We all of we are for fighting, fixing. No chances can fix, but behind room is no critical, he say. He points himself into the deepest voice. You fix? He points to the sign on the door. Made sign on, and Yula, he throws his hands up in the air. Let me look at the controls. Maybe I can fix that stuck door. The smile on his lustrous face falters a little bit, but he shrugs. Yes, use controls here when you want. He is pointing. Not others, please. What does cortex maintenance involve?
Making a note.
He smile wise and gets a feeling that people don't usually like that much of an interest in the man's work. Genghis does most. Me? Wait for light here. He points and then presses button here. He chuckles to himself. It's difficult work. Need concentrate. He makes a fierce show of concentrating on the light and pressing on the button with a finger. He chuckles again and shrugs. Without button, no remove cortex, so his important button. Alright. So let's try to help this guy. Consoles are a bewildering array of displays and unlit buttons and switches, all hopefully labeled with words in a language you don't understand. Much is covered in a slight layer of dust, as if most of the console is rarely, if ever, used by the nearby lasser. Examine the controls. In learning over the controls, taking care of not to press any buttons by accident. As you noticed before, much of the device is covered in dust. One screen on the side, however, is completely clean, and the button beside it is marked with dusty fingerprints. Use the controls that the lasser showed you. Try to open the stuck airlock door. This, on the other hand, I can do. You stare at the controls for a moment, then you get to work, leaning on intuition and press a number of buttons, watching the lights flicker around the room. Finally, you tap on the neglected icon on the display. The sealed airlock door expels a dark cloud of smoke, and shutters open, spraying sparks in every direction before coming to a halt. Fixed it. Lasser claps on your shoulder. Broke now, he says, chuckling. But an opener broke. Sweet.
Naturally.
Let's see what's in here. Loot. I do like loot. Money. Healing stuff. Target enemy drops some of their possessive and wander aimlessly. Huh. Sweet. Driller star altitude. Gray metal choker bears a small 9-pointed star. Neat. Tickle.
Ciphers are killing me.
Oh, you wuss. No, they're not. Does anyone have an open slot? No. I need to sell ciphers then. What is negative? Temporary conditions that affects character stats and actions. Suffer sickness minus 2 to speed pool. Whatever. I don't care about that. Alright.
Yes.
Well, I fixed that. So the only thing I can do now is really go in here.
Of course.
Unless this guy has anything to say. Nah. You're not going to tell me anything new. Okie dokie. Shall we go in here then?
All right.
Hello, Pilot Major Gunjus. You are going to be a long conversation, aren't you? Alright. You know what? I'm going to end the episode here just a few minutes early. Because it's going to take a while to talk to these people. So until next time, remember, brace the chaos or you'll go mad. Bye!